Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin and Cardano. In this video, we're going to take a look at both charts. We can see the market is turning red today. There were a few gains in the last few days, but pretty much the market is still moving sideways. We're currently seeing it turning to the downside, and as we speak here, Bitcoin is back below 43.2k. So could we see the decision now? We're going to take a look at that. So overall, my view is still here that we are in this A, B, C correction of a wave 2 after a wave 1. Yeah, so a wave 2 normally comes down, especially in Bitcoin, below the previous, the C wave within the wave 2 comes typically below the wave A of that wave 2. Yeah, so we've got here in this wave 2 after the impulse, the all-time high back then in April, we started a corrective wave A, started a corrective wave B, all part of a correction that has now nearly lasted a year, and we are now in this C wave. And the question in this C wave is now, have we seen the low yet, or are we coming down lower? My target area remains here between 20 and 28.7k. Did explain that in detail in the previous videos. The most likely level for me would actually be around 27k. That is the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level of the last impulse. Okay, this wave 1. And in this wave 2 here, there is now a possibility that we could come down straight away from where we are now, come down straight away. That is what I primarily expect. The alternative would be that we break through this 46.5k level. Also, this is the same level where the neckline of this major head and shoulders is on the chart. If we break that to the upside, it would unlock, in my view, higher prices. On the longer time frame indicators like the RSI, there is more scope to move higher, absolutely. But I think this here will be decided on the lower time frames. And you know, we talked about this being here potentially a first 5-wave move. If we get a 5-wave move, there is a potential that we break out here to the upside, but we need the 5th wave complete. And as it looks at the moment, we're not going to see that. The alternative is, and that is primarily what I expect here, and it seems to be playing out for now, but it's too early to say it really, because what we see here could be a 1-2. Now the next step should be a fairly strong wave 3 to the downside, then you see a wave 4 correction and a wave 5 down that could take us below or into my target area below 28.7k. Now the decision will be made in the next few days, I believe. The key support level for that is 41k, then 39k, and then 33k. If we drop here below 39 or even below 41, you know, there is not much support along the way, because we moved up fairly strong, and also here back in January we moved down very strong, so there is not much support that we can expect. Around the 41k level, there's also the 50-day moving average a little bit higher, bear that in mind. But if we make here a significant lower low compared to the previous one, I think we're going to see that turning down. And you know, I did talk about here on the higher time frames, for example the 4-day chart, you potentially see here that there is more scope to move higher, to turn higher. And just going to go to this higher time frame indicator, and you can see it here on the 4-day chart, which is a fairly meaningful chart, that on the RSI there is much more scope to move higher, but bear in mind we are still in the bearish range. The MACD is currently showing a bullish crossover here, a very weak one. The first sign of a bullish crossover, that is on the 4-day chart, and the 2-day chart looks fairly similar, because on the 2-day chart what you can see, we're actually in the bullish range on the RSI, and we've already had the MACD bullish cross. But what you can see here on the MACD is that it's flattening out. So it's not that like here back in October where it's actually going up. No, it's flattening out. So that is a first sort of bearish sign, and I think this all what we are seeing here will probably be decided on the shorter time frame. So for example here on the daily, we can also see that it's already losing buying pressure. And if this is really moving down and we are going to see here a bearish crossover, I think then it will be very hard for Bitcoin to keep in this shorter term bullish scenario. And as we speak, we already see the price turning down. I think we might actually see now the beginning of the downtrend, especially if on the daily you're seeing here bearish cross on the MACD. I think we're going to see that. Speculation at the moment, but I can see these indicators losing steam and turning to the downside. On the 4-hour you can already see it. Yeah, on the 4 hour you can see we're getting into the bearish range, and you can see the MACD is also printing here bearish crossover. All of that at the moment pointing for further downside, and the key is now, can we then hold the 41k level? Well, first of all here 41 previous low, yeah. First of all 42k, where we also have the 50-day moving average again, but then the 41k level, that previous area of support here is key, and then, you know, if we lose that, I think that's it. So yeah, we might see the decision, as I said, this week. So yeah, it's getting interesting now, and that, to be honest, is what I primarily expect. You know, it's not that I want to talk the price down, but I think, as I said before, we need to get a clean cut. We need to get a clean correction. We need to move down. Yeah, we need to move down in order to reset those indicators, because in terms of resetting them, or I mean, we need the monthly MACD that needs to correct down. Yeah, what we see here at the moment is it's a very high MACD, and until we see that turning around to the upside, because we have printed that bearish crossover on the monthly MACD, we now have 2 red candles here, or 2 red bars, and that just points for further correction. And until we see that changing, I don't think we're going to see here a way to all-time highs. We need that selling pressure reducing on the monthly MACD. Otherwise, you're not going to see here new all-time highs. And the MACD line is very high, to be fair, as well. That needs to correct down. Therefore, I think, yeah, it is all pointing for further downside potential. While Bitcoin is moving down, ADA is correcting as well a little bit, back to $1.07, but the volatility here is very low. What we can see, though, is also here, Cardano made a lower high, as expected pretty much, because we are here in this descending wedge. We talked about it. This is a descending resistance line that seems to hold the price down. Will be very interesting. We are moving here currently in a descending triangle within a descending wedge, and the 50-day moving average here as well at $1.20. Everything pushing the price further down. Cardano hasn't still made it above the 50 line on the RSI on the daily, so still bearish, and in my view the correction isn't over here yet. Theoretically it could be. It has come down to my initial target area, even gone lower than that, but because we have come below my initial target area, in which the correction could be complete, you know, that's typically what certain altcoins do, coming down to key Fibonacci levels. Cardano has even come below that, which unlocked the higher level wave count, where we now could come down between 30 and 55 cents, but only if we drop below 92 cents. And yes, there is another support level here around here 80 cents, yeah, but I doubt that this will be one that will really hold the price. If we break below 92 cents, I think sooner or later we're gonna see these FIB levels being addressed here. Okay, so yeah, it could be an interesting day. Maybe already today we see that decision with Bitcoin and Cardano. I'll keep you updated. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And as always, if you really like the content, maybe consider to join the community, the channel members on Discord and Telegram, and also for a weekly live stream. You can find a link to the channel membership page on my website, or you can even join here on YouTube. Both are options that you can take. If you're interested, you can just try it out for a week, and if you don't like it, of course you can always cancel. But it's a really positive community, and I'm really grateful for all your support. Thanks a lot for watching, and yeah, see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.